Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. In this video I want to show everyone how to create contour map from DEM, that is the digital elevation model, and also generate a topographic profile from it. So let's get started. So first off, you have to make sure you have your primary data, which is the elevation raster, that is the DEM data. You have it set in a folder. Then I'll be making use of the software application in the course of this video. So you open your workspace on the Golden Software software. Then under your home tab, you navigate to contour. Click on contour. Alright, then you navigate to the folder where you have your DEM file saved. So I'm just going to navigate to my YouTube folder. Then you select the DEM. So you can download this DEM from either the qgis Earth Explorer or other platform. So you select the DEM file, click on open, then you click on OK. So it's going to generate the contour. So you don't have to make use of other applications like the arcmap or arcgis Pro, that you have to go through series of process in creating contours from DEM. The Golden Software automates that with just one click. So this is the contour. Alright, this is the contour map from the DEM file. So you can still make your editing on this. In case you want to edit the contour interval, you click on levels, make sure your file is selected, then you click on levels, then you can navigate down here. You can see contour interval, so you can edit this to any interval of interest, because this DEM is a very large area. So if I make it 20, you can see it has changed, and if I make it 5, it will become more clustered. So any which way you want to edit, you can edit it. You can actually increase the major contour interval at maybe 10 meters if you want, or you can reduce it to 5, right? Also, you can still do other editings on the minor contours to show the labels of that. It's going to show your labels for the minor contours. For the minor contour is also there. So I'm just going to make the contour interval to be 10. So this is okay by me. Alright. So that is how to do your editing. Alright. So this is the contour generated from the elevation model. Alright. So I'm just going to place this side and somewhat increase it to be bolder. So this is the contour map created from the elevation model. Then the next thing is to create a topographic profile. This is going to show how undulating it is at different intervals. So you select the contour map, you right click, then you navigate to add to map, then you scroll down to profile, click on profile. So you have the advantage to select the profile line. So if you want it to be the horizontal way, you define it. If you want it to be the vertical way, you define it. So I'm just going to go with the horizontal way at first. So you click, let me zoom in so that you can see where I click on. So you see close to the edge of the graph. Alright, then you go horizontal straight to the other end of the graph. When you are done, then you click on enter. So below it is going to generate your profile. You select the profile to make it more presentable, place it here. Okay, so you can see this is profile 3 because I've been generating some previous profile. Alright, that's why it is named profile 3, but in your own case you may see profile or profile 1. Okay, so you can place this upwards here. So that is for the first profile. So you can also play with this to see at different intervals how the profile is. So you can see that at this part of the property, it is very shallow, it is deep. Alright, this is very low elevation at this part, and all this part is of high elevation, So it is good we can still use the color ramp to have a better understanding of the landscape, the topography of this project site. By clicking on the DEM file, then you can scroll down to few color click on the box to fill in the color. Then you can change the color ramp by clicking on this drop down. Then you can make use of any color ramp of interest, but I do prefer to go with the rainbow. This one is going to aid a better decision making. Alright, therefore you can now select the profile line that you draw, and you can now drag it upwards to any other interval. So if you want to create profile, so you can actually make use of this graph as a form of guide, right, if you want. But if you don't want to, you can just randomly, show the different profile, how it is at different intervals. So I'm just going to move it. So to move it, you can just increase a bit tolerance of the profile line so that it can easily be moved. So you click on it to drag it upwards. As you drag it upwards, you'll see your profile changed. All right, and you can see at this stage we have two deeper parts. Okay, and that is actually for this water body here and here. It shows it is very shallow. It is very shallow, and this part is of high elevations, and you can already see that here. So also you can go upwards, you can see that as well. So you can still select and still go upwards a bit to see the condition or the topography of this other part. Alright, this is high elevation, and it is for this and other parts. Okay, and we can just go up here to see what we have there. Okay, so you can see this is lower elevations and the rest of that. So the same procedure is for the rest part of the project site. So in case you want to create different topographic profile for different section of your project site, what you have to do is to draw a new profile. So this is for like profile 1. Let's give this as profile 1. So if I want to draw for profile 2, you select the map, right click, come to add to map, click on profile. Then you can define the line you want to display the profile for. So select that, click on enter. So this is for second profile. All right, then you repeat the procedure. Select the contour map, add to map, click on profile. Then I'm just going to end this here, enter, click on yes. So therefore this is for the last, for the topographic profile. So in case you want to create vertical profile line, it's the same procedure. You select the contour map, right click, come to add to map, click on profile. So this time around you will go from the top to the bottom. All right, click on that, then click on enter, click on yes. So this is for the vertical. This is for the vertical. So you can still make some editing to these profiles. You can edit it to differentiate. You select, when you select, you come to, you select it. When you select, so it has been highlighted. This is for profile 3, which is profile 1 in your own case. Select this. This is title. You can click on this text editor here, then you edit it to horizontal profile 1. Then you can change the font type, font size, but I'm just going to leave it on default, and here it is. So I'm just going to do this for the vertical. Then click on OK. Alright, so these are horizontal profile 1, 2, 3, then this is for vertical. So that is how to create contour map from DEM, and also topographic profile from the contour map. So you can go ahead to embellish this or do other form of editing. Remember, if you want to edit any of this map, you need to select it, To be able to activate the editing features, all right, you need to select the profile as well to be able to edit the features of that. If you find this video helpful and informative, do well to hit on the subscribe icon as well as turn on your notification to keep on getting valuable tutorial freely. Thank you. See you in the next video.